Hello, hello. I forgot to pull up chat. My bad. Okay. Alright. We're all set up now. So I did a little bit of work offline. I added in some production. I added in some more filters to help manage our excess resources. Because we had so, oh my god, that's a lot of legendary. And today one of the big things I want to focus on is a mall for legendary things. So let me actually go into here. And get this started. There's some landfill on me. Maybe it'll be enough. Yes. It was in fact enough. I was only doing one line, so I'll just move my character out of the way again. Okay. First things first. I don't... Yeah, a lot of this, there's no purpose in making legendary. That would be insane, making every single chest legendary. Roboports, maybe. Honestly. Robots, almost definitely there is a benefit. Oh, yeah. We want to do robots and Logibots. That is a guarantee. But everything else in here... Parables. Okay, okay. So we're definitely looking at inserters, power poles, robots, potentially roboports, but not really a whole lot in there that I want to mess with at the moment. Ooh. This would all be amazing to make legendary. That would output 10. And this would consume... Realistically, though, what I want to get down is these. So one of the things we need, of course, is legendary gears. Now, following that up, legendary copper cable. Then here we do legendary green circuits. I mean, legendary red circuits are just great. But I don't think I have the... I don't have the greatest method of making plastic right now. I mean, it is just coal. We don't need it at the moment. Well, we kind of do, actually. How do I want to do this? I don't really want to. That's wrong. It should be legendary quality. Huh. Why isn't this working? Do I have Logibots available? I do. Then why is nobody moving? Figured it out. I need to check the request from buffer chests. And I should switch all of these to buffer chests. Just in case. Okay. This is waiting on iron plates, which we have a ton. Cross our buffer chests. There we go. There we go. We are moving and grooving now. That's legendary, those. Actually, I do want to keep that. Okay. Problem is I'm going to run out of red circuits. Almost immediately. Because that's all being sucked up by quality. Oh, all these are still running on blue? That's a problem. Because right now they're getting 20%. When they could be getting... Oh, that's actually not a huge buff. 20% versus 23.5. It would be big if it was legendary, because that's a whole 11% they're missing out on. But I'm still currently waiting 207 legendary. Quality modules. That's slowly going down. I should add in a couple. Of these. Just have a little bit more. There. Just reserve that. And I will add the inserter later. One base module takes, yeah, green and red. That's what I thought. Hello, Red. How's it going? Ah, this is backing up. Understandably so. How do I want to do this? What were you supposed to stream today? Vertopia? I've never heard of that. You don't want to play Minecraft? Man. Can't believe you. You don't want to have to build a house. I get it. I understand this. I have had those days. Building can just be tiring at points. That fully stopped all of that. Oh, of course, that means all of this backs up too. I'm great at this game, I swear. Whoops. Needs to do that. There we go. Okay, that should help. That is now flowing freely. Eventually I may be concerned about plastic, but that is not today. I may be able to double team this. I will have to double team it. It would also probably help if these had multiple inserters. There we go. That's a lot better. This really has just been one very long process. Okay. There are a couple legendaries, yippee. Let's see, what else should I have that I can make easily right now? Wait, can I get increased pump speed on pumps? I can. Don't really need that though, because you can just layer pumps. So, don't really need that. I don't have the stone for that. Can't do that. I don't have the blue circuit. Well, actually I do, but I don't have concrete. There's so much in here that I can't do. Everything needs concrete. Ugh. Okay, well... we'll run with that for now, sure. Why not? Where is casino? Casino is here. Lots of iron, not a lot of anything else. I really should just do this. Because I had it. Oh, these are all full. Interesting. Concrete is apparently a big thing. I can research more robot speed, can't I? Yeah, I can. Costs a lot. But I can do it. Oh, I still haven't researched Railgun. Or Prometheum. Because who needs more research productivity? I'm not sure if there's anything I need to focus on in here. I mean, steel. It's more steel. I mean, let me actually just knock out a few levels of that. Just because of how cheap it is. LDS we're working on. Asteroid productivity. Let's do a level of that. See how long that'll take to do. Alright. This should take minutes, yeah. Yeah, all fresh. Okay. Fresh agriculture. Not a lot of output signals, that's good. I feel like I need to tidy up at some point. I don't know what to do. I could have quality production. Let me actually... This is going to be my build for legendary productivity. Such a great build, I know. This is red science over here. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love it. Anyway, let me go down here. How do I make legendary exalted void works? I thought an AMAG plant. Okay. Legendary void engine. I don't know if that's possible. I could take legendary engines, craft them into void engines. That could work. Or I could just recycle void engines. That would be easier and free. But this would probably be better because I have all that in legendary form. So that would be better for those. Okay, how about Orialcum? How does one acquire that? I'll have to cycle it, which will be super annoying. That's fine, I can do that. Yeah. Why do I have to cycle that? I could have sworn there was another way to get Orialcum. I guess not. Greater Void Works. Can't do that. Have that. I'll need Prismite. Which I could get. Okay. Alright. Let's set up. Let's set up Orialcum. Just because that'll be easy. Say easy. I mean, realistically it will be. I'm just copying that. Alright. We do this, and then we filter blacklist. Anything legendary that's coming out of this. Which for this, we're gonna do VoidWorks, Orialcum. Copper, Prismite, and Void Shards. Where's Prismite? There it is. Legendary Prismite. And legendary Void Shards. Okay. There's that all done and dusted. Now I grab some lights. That is not what I meant to do. Cool. Oh, whoops. Duh. And then in there, we just want to throw as many speed runes as we can. Actually, I have no idea where I'm putting this. Fine, realistically it'll go up here. Okay. Now let's go here. And then we filter out all the legendary things. So, legendary Orialcon, legendary Copper, legendary Prismite, and legendary Flowers, which means I actually don't need that. Because we're only ever going to get 4 products out of this, and that is it. And they're all going to go in buffer chests, because buffer chests. I don't know. Then let me throw a Roboport. Because everything's out of range. How much landfill do I actually have? Not enough. And it is falling. Fast. That's fine. Oh yeah, let me look at my power grid. We're gonna up it. Because I am still planning major expansion. So I will add another portion to the reactor. There. Okay. That should be good. I hate how they filter all this stuff. It's annoying. Oh wait, I don't have land. It'll get built when it gets built, I guess. Oh. By the way, that is Orialcom down. We're gonna expand that line, but we want more of these. Which means I need greater void works. Which we have steel. We need more prismite, so let me actually make one of these for prismite. Now I can do that. I have to do that.
Virtual DJ.
Thank you, virtual DJ. That closes everything? That's crazy. Where was I? Prismite. Yeah, I don't want that. I mean, it has a 3.2 second craft time to go from prismite. Actually, I kind of want to do that because I can affect quality in the furnace, and then I can affect quality when it's recycling. So yes, I want to cycle it up before I recycle it. Oh, I can also do that. Take some stone, add... Ooh. Don't even have to cycle it out of existence. Whoops. Wasn't my purpose. One of these days I have to do this. I need a lot of stone. How do I get a lot of stone? It's probably going to be my way to go about it. Okay. So there's a lot going on here. What we're going to do... So we're going to switch this back to Orialcom. Just because I don't want to confuse it. And we'll go down here. We're making prismite. as fast as we can. We're gonna take out the prismite, throw it into an electric furnace, because I think that's the only thing I can throw it in. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, I can only use an electric furnace. We're gonna add in I just realized. Duh. All of these need legendary modules. Legendary quality modules. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. 0.56, 3.82. I add that back in. 0.56, 3.82. Still need a lot more. How many do I need? I mean, 2 of these is 1.12, which means 3.36. I need 7 furnaces hooked up to this. You know what's going to be easier? Doing it this way. And just putting about like honestly. That has a 12.4 boost, but that's also going to take it up to a prismite plate. Or just prismite. Goes from ore to just prismite. Okay. Now that we have prismite, we don't want to recycle it because that gets rid of it. But we can use it along with stone in a centrifuge to turn it back into prismite ore, which we can then recycle into the system. So we want to take stone out. How long does this take? 0.5 and 0.12. Not half bad. Also, given the fact that goes at 0.56. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this. Actually. And that's for... Actually, realistically, that is only enough for that, so we're not going to change that. We can add quality into these. Perfect. Not legendary. Epic. We'll keep 4 of that, 2 that, 1 that. Actually, we're going to change that. I just realized why I wasn't gonna do that. Can't believe I did that. I actually can, it's pretty believable. But I can't believe I did. Alright, and then obviously legendary modules and all of this. And these are all 12% increase. But that turns it back into prismite, which we can then put back through furnaces with quality modules, obviously, to get more out. Now, how do we make stone? That's the big question. How does this look if I just select stone? 7.65, so we're making it twice as fast. This calls for 4 times as much, so theoretically just put down 5 of these. You're good. Problem is you're never going to get quality stone out of that. I need quality stone for these. So how in the world do I get quality stone? Recycle it, but again, that gets rid of 1/4 of the stone. Alternate recipes. All the void crafting ones are gonna be out. That's tempting, and it just takes prismite ore. But no, I don't really want to do that. Because again, it takes prismite. I actually have to look at that one. Let me look at that because I can do that, which is almost a 50% productivity, which means insanity ensues. That's actually so good. Oh my gosh, and everything else we can just burn, I think. I think I might just... I can't burn these. Okay. Well... I think I'm just gonna recycle them. I mean... Yeah, I'm just gonna recycle them. Anyway. Wow, that is so good. So 1.5, 3.82, so... Let me output that. That goes 50. Okay, that's more than enough. Plus that, that's more than enough. How sketchy, Tyler? Let's do one filter to prismite and the other filter to stone. Also, welcome to stream, Tyler. Let's take care of those. A prismite orb we can just send into the system. It'll go through here. This is such a good method for stone. Like, oh my god. Can't believe how good this is. That's not that bad. That means somebody just stole the package. It wasn't what they were expecting and they ditched it. That's all that is, Tyler. See, we're making stone this way with so much quality. How do I map this out? Let's see. So, obviously we are going to have heating towers for the spoilage. Which just gets rid of it. Actually, let me move these to the outside. Because we then can just put... two recyclers facing each other. Which then go into another recycler. Because what we're doing here is that prismite can go out there. It isn't that sketchy, Tyler. That just means you have a package thief. That's what that means. I'm sure I could walk 3 blocks and find that here. No problem. What am I recycling? Void shards. Let me do that there. That way we get that loop. We're just getting rid of those void shards. Stone, prismite, that. Okay, that's all being filtered and sorted and dealt with. Now stone, which is going to be of immense quality. Okay, yeah, that's a much better description of sketch. I have yet to see that anywhere here. So congrats. If that's really a congratulations. Fun. That is one way for that to happen. Let's see, this we're just gonna run it up here. Actually, I want that running this way. Because it then runs this way. You know what I actually hate? We can most definitely do it this way. And then... Yes, I realize it uses so many more resources, but I don't care about resources. It's been great, Tyler. I'm glad you asked. It's not like we didn't talk like, I don't know, 2 hours ago? Something like that. Oh, whoops, I need to copy the whole row. So we do this. I might want to actually cycle all this stuff the other way. Just because of how busy it is over here. Not that it's that busy yet. But it will be, so I actually will... cycle it the other way. Okay. So we have all that in. How do we actually feed this? That's the question. We're gonna do this first off. Let's say that stone is coming the other way. It's 5.5 hours ago. Yeah, that's right. I was gonna call somebody else. That's right, that's right. I know what I'm talking about, totally. You know what, we'll just do this. That's a lot better. Actually, I want to... do that. Still need to do everything else with that. This will be prismate. This will be stone. And then that will be that. That is all 4 outputs of that done and dealt with. Now, regular stone that way. Do I want to do my complex filter? I might want to do my complex filter. Yeah, I want to do my complex filter. Output priority on the right. And the rest rejoins with that happening after. There. And then we just change this to 2. Three and 4. Now in terms of this, we're going to change this to 5 just because there's actually going to be probably a high chance that we're going to get a lot of that. And we are going to put it all in a buffer chest. Because that would actually be very good to save. Why would it go under those? What? Actually, I kind of get it. I have to fix it, but I get it. Okay, we're gonna have to move this away. Let's see, that is 3 wide into a split. So, 1, 2, there. And that should be enough for me to do. I actually went 1 too far. So I can move it 1 closer. And I totally messed up all my filters. Because this one is totally right. And it's the other one that I have to change. There we go. That's all done. Now let me change this all to prismatic. I can't believe I messed up the filters. That's crazy. Okay, there's that. That's looping in there. Because legendary prismite is what we're after. That's what I want. And essentially what we're going to be doing here is filtering out any legendary prismite. Let me move all this stuff up. Adding in stuff is going to be so annoying for this. Now... legendary prismite. I hate how sometimes I just can't do that. It's so annoying. And that pulls out all the legendary prismite and everything else. Wait, hold on a second. Actually, I don't need to pull anything out. Because it's all prismite ore. And then prismite gets all filtered out here. Got it, we're good, we're good. Trust, I know what I'm doing. Alright. Now we worry about powering the whole thing. Which for that, we're gonna throw one of those down. And then grab our substations. Okay. That's fully powered. And it should be cycling perfectly. Now, in terms of what we want to do with the overflows, I don't know. I might just recycle them into oblivion. I have to do something with them. For now, let's do that. That's slow. We already got one legendary prismite, so it is working. Stone production is not happening. Why? That outputs stone. I'm so good at this. I know what I should do. Grab one of these. Filter stone. Add in stone to that. Do that. There we go. salt. Now the problem this. That holdup is too insane. I clearly do not have enough centrifuges, so we need to expand this. How many? I don't know. Let me cut power to it though.
Virtual DJ.
That's there for that, I see. Okay, fill that in. Everything can go at least one more and be fully powered. No. I'm just gonna go all out. Say, let's do that. Let's see what we do now. How do we fare? None of these are working right now because I don't have stone. I think I may need another one of these. I do want the power. I just don't need everything in here. Let's see what happens now that I have way more stone. Because the thing is that quality boost for the stone may actually be too high. I Alright, let me just... Let's just do that. Same for that. Let's see how much we're overproducing and what we're overproducing. Because most of these aren't running due to lack of stone. Which is same here, same there, same there. Everything lacks stone. Which is interesting because we're making a lot of stone. Yeah, I need a lot more stone. Wait, what? Where's that? Where'd that flower come from? It would have to be from down here. I see. And then this would filter to spoilage. Forgot to do that, but we figured it out. Thing is, I have a lot of stone down here. Oh. That might explain it. There we go. That should help. Let's start from a clean slate. I say clean slate, it's not really a clean slate. Why are we not getting any stone out? Any quality stone. I need to do this for all of these. Which means I also need to do it for nothing else. Everything else is good. Okay. I think I just need more stone. I'd rather overproduce and throw away stone than prismite. Okay. Thing is, though, we're gonna be going. It'll just get filtered out, honestly. There we go. Why aren't all of these working? They don't have stone. Why don't all... Of course. Okay. Oh. We have output patterns. Wow, that is so colorful. I love looking at that. I'm loving this. This is... Well, right now I'm in sandbox view, but this is VoidBlock. This is my main base. And I have everything, all the planets. So, right now I'm trying to work on my quality builds, and I'm making a blueprint. But it doesn't seem to be going fast enough. And I'm troubleshooting it right now. Because yeah, it's just not going fast enough. I think I need another row of furnaces. Which is kind of insane to think about, but... Why did some of these not have legendary modules in them? Either way, let me... Yeah, that'll work. Do that. Move this up further. And then do this out all the way. But yeah, ultimately I really enjoy this mod. I've been having a fair amount of fun with it. There's definitely a lot going on. And I love working with Prismite, it's so colorful. Once that's done dumping, we'll clear this chest out. Let's clear that. Finished its dump. The problem is you can't really balance these two. I think I'm just gonna stop here. Because, like, there's only so much you can balance. And it's a quality build, so it's all percentage based, and you literally can't balance this. As long as... I would say as long as a majority is working, which it isn't. Definitely overbuilt it a little bit. But we'll be fine. Oh, is that legendary? That is legendary stone. Hell yeah. First batch. Why 11 out of what? That was 6 to 12. Yeah, that makes sense. And it's working. We've outputted 54 legendary prismite. What do I do with all the extra though? That's the problem. I could always cycle it back through, but I don't know how well that would work. That's obviously missing all that stone. There's also all missing stone. Yeah, higher grade stone is actually hard to come by right here. So that's what we do. We recycled stone. That way we can actually upcycle stone. Now we're thinking. Which means I can probably do the same thing with prismite. Upcycle it. We don't need to void anything. Just upcycle. And we'll run it back to the start after we upcycle it. It's that simple. And realistically, yeah, that's literally it. That's all we have to do. So we are actually going to do that. There we go. I may need more recyclers, but hey. I think I'm gonna need more recyclers. We'll see, we'll see. We don't know. We don't know yet. Because yeah, these essentially have a 25% chance of outputting. And we're now quality upcycling it. So... improvement. Oh gosh. Yep, we need way more quality. Eh. How's 5 work? Is that enough? 5 more. That looks like it might work. Let's see, how are we doing on legendary modules? 150! That's good, that's good. We're making lots of progress. And the advantage to all this is eventually stuff dwindles down. So even if you get overflow legendary, it'll just recycle it. Which is great. Yeah, that's enough recyclers. And theoretically, yeah, stuff coming out of here can be legendary. Which is sweet to see. Yeah, that really upgraded our production. Okay. So I think that's going to be our final. Oh my god, that's massive. Oof. Of course, none of this is hooked up to power. Why would it be? We're getting close. Oh yeah, those are missing like all of it. I'll turn that on. Because we have most of what we need. And might as well. Gotta get it started someday, you know? Alright. Yeah, that will be filled in for quite some time. Just based on what it is and where it is. Yeah, let's power that on. That way we can at least start that. I'm gonna want to add way more, but I'm worried about pasting this blueprint down. I'm gonna leave that there just in case. It's always good to have a couple extra than you need. And that's overflowing, that's overflowing. This is not. Yeah, blue and purple still aren't. So I think we're good. I think we're good with this design. The real question is 416. Oh my god. That's insane. Oh my gosh. It's fine. It's end game. That's just how it works. Now I need VoidWorks, which I have. Legendary copper cable. I need legendary stone bricks, which I can take stone for, which just so happens that this outputs legendary stone every now and then, apparently. But I can take one of these little productions. That may be tempting. I might do that. So I could look at Discord for a second. I could just steal one of these. I feel like I'm gonna do that. Let me... just edit this a little bit. Add prismate to this. So that's just getting recycled now instead of being saved. And then we run this here. We pull off anything legendary. And anything not legendary. Goes through this process. How well does this work is the question. Because it should theoretically work really well. Theoretically, again. I just don't know if I need more recyclers. That's the only thing. Because I might. Seems to be keeping up just fine. Which is good. How good though? And the other thing is I can upgrade quality by smelting. Let me actually look at that. What happens when I... What's in this menu? Okay, get back a stone brick. Interesting. But I don't know if I necessarily care about just the raw stone. I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, so what I think I'm gonna do actually is I'm still gonna filter out legendary stuff, but instead of that, I'm actually kind of curious though. Can we even get... Can we get anything outside of those first, or can you only go up 2 tiers with quality? I don't know how quality works, so... I don't know. We'll see. Either way, what we want to do... Can I make stone in a foundry? No, I can't. That's insane, but whatever. Going for electric furnace build. And then we're essentially just going to be cycling it. till we get better stone. That's the dream at least. I don't think that can deposit. Let me make sure, honestly. Alright. I can't. Cool. That's what I thought. I thought it couldn't, but hey. You never know. And we change this to legendary stone. And then we just recycle it. Damn, of course that's out of range. That's fine. .12, yeah, 4 should be enough. And that should theoretically yield us a bunch, hopefully. We'll see what that does. Okay. That's right. These have production needs. I think it's 2 to 1, right? It's 2 stone. We'll see if that clears out. I don't know if it will. This isn't working. There's that. I assume that doesn't guarantee Insertion of 2. I have to redo this call because of that. I'm going to be annoyed.
Virtual DJ.
Yeah, top one broke. Okay. So here's what we do. We do this. And we filter. There we go. That should help, I hope. If that doesn't help, I don't know what will. Oh, whoops. That's the only problem now, though. Oh. Let me do that. See what that does. Right now we're held up on uncommon. Actually, we're held up on common. Poof. That's no good. Because this can barely handle the output of one thing. Oh, that is nice. Okay. I caught it in that moment finally. Okay, theoretically this can handle that. We'll see, we'll see. There's a little bit of wasted space in here, but hey, we can handle it, we can handle it. How's this one going, by the way? Looks like it's going well. Not enough stone for these last ones, as always. But it's doing half decent work. I don't know how much I like it, but it's what we got. I just cut it short, because why not? If anything, I can cut it even shorter. Yeah, that isn't enough. I need at least one more of those. Because I think I need 3 commons, maybe 4, 3. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, we're still a little overwhelmed on the uncommon side, but it might be handleable. We'll see. It seems more handleable. I think we're good there. Yeah, it is totally handleable. Awesome. We're still not making enough stone for this. Common and uncommon we are, rare we are not. I wonder. You cannot, okay. I don't know why that moved, but it did, so. Still got nothing in either of these, though. Which is a little concerning. When we do that, that should help. But the fact that I haven't gotten a single legendary brick is insane. And actually, it doesn't seem to be that insane. I don't know. $118, it is winding down. Is that the only way that can happen? Yes. Has to be an assembly machine. Okay. Just figured I'd check. What is our thing at now? Still at 200. I feel like chances have not been on my side at all this whole time. It's so annoying. I feel like at this point I'm literally just waiting for my quality modules to be complete. Which I don't know what the holdup is. And there really isn't one. Well, there is. It's legendary everything. Looks like it's legendary red ships. What science am I missing? Are these all running? They are. Are these running? No, they aren't. I'm missing blue science. Damn, some of this is literally about to expire. That's interesting. And it's gonna be another few hours though. Is there a better way to get legendary stone? produced by that. And honestly, scrap recycling might be the way to go. Let me look into that. Because I am honestly interested with that. Because I can void craft scrap. And a lot of it. Let me grab 2 per second, 2.12. Well, also assuming... Yeah, we're gonna need way more. Four can handle it. Let's go infinity chest. And just see what they do. Actually, can I grab... There we go, that's a lot better. I just want to see kind of what these do. Do I want to use them or not? Let me throw down. I can just hover over it to see the signals. Which isn't bad, that's a lot of blue. Huh? Oh. There's one epic. It does work pretty efficiently. Just get everything in the mix, you know? See what all we can get up to. There's legendary ice. Can't believe that's the first legendary from this. Stone isn't doing too hot. Still only the one legendary. And again, iron gears are by far the most out of anything we'll get. That's how it's always been and will be. Because you get 4 times the amount of gears as to anything else. Technically like 3 times. But whatever. The real question is, what do I do with everything else? The real answer is, I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. How do I upcycle it into quality? Because the real thing is, I don't know. I don't know how I want to upcycle it. Now, productivity on this is going insane. Because we get 110% productivity. So we get 2.1 items per craft completion. But that ain't enough. I'll come back. Yeah. I will come back to that. Most definitely. How's Casino doing? Casinos are running pretty well. Novice. Iron's going real well. Sorry, I thought I heard myself. We're up to 8. Woohoo. We're out of red circuits. Yep, I figured. Figured as much. Grind for legendary is annoying at times, to say the least. Because at this point I'm like, okay, I'm at the cusp of quality, and it's like, I want high quality stuff, but how long do I have to wait for it? And the answer is way too long. Like, come on. Come on, people. I should really get rid of all these labs. I should copy and paste that. And get rid of all these things. Yeah, we're gonna do that. No, I don't want to do that. I'm not ready to do that. Oh. I want to redo my whole science setup. Because this is just messy. Here's what we do. That's currently what I have. Let me upgrade everything to green. Just so we're, you know, operating at the same level. There we go. Okay. We can eliminate that. We essentially have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sciences that need to be pulled out in this amalgamation, which is horrible. I like the color organization from this, so we're gonna stick with it. Why is this top one only one? That's right, there's other things in here. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw down a few display panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lie. What I'm actually gonna do is this. That's top. That's second. I know I have to keep zooming in like that. These are all the top ones. The only one that's different is that green. Because I can't have it on the belt like that. It don't work. Okay. Now let me switch these out for display panels, because they don't scream at me. Orange, yellow, green, light blue, cryogenic, celestial, or whatever that was. Is it celestial? Yeah, celestial. I got it right. An esoteric, space science, military science, and then Prometheum science? Yeah. And then agricultural. Is this the... Are there really? Yeah, because 12 base. Okay. So that's the output order we need. Two belts up top. Five down the middle. And one down the bottom. Because these are 5 by 5. And I can't place labs down in here because, yeah, it would be insane if you could. So we do that. And we actually bring these in one. Either way, this is the order everything needs to be in. Fully stacked to the 9s. Yeah. How to go about that, you ask? I don't know. I actually do, but I don't. Yeah. I don't know. I want to get rid of all this. Like I'm doing this the manual way. Okay. So an easy way to start this. We go down the list. We do that. We do that. I actually don't want that. I want it to... Let us create a berth of 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's actually not what I want. I want 8. Yeah. Eight, that's it. That's all we want. Now, in terms of how we're going to get that, I don't know. Actually, a lie. I totally know. We're gonna keep going until we can't go any further. So that'll give us that. I'll actually do that. Okay, now red. That's where red gets added in. And then orange gets added in there. That then goes through that. We're good there. Yellow. Gets added in there. And orange gets added in. No, green. Gets added in there. Now in terms of blue, okay, that's where blue gets added in. Cryogenic. That's where that will rise to the occasion. It needs to go on this belt. So I might actually be able to... Nope. There's cryogenic. That belt is done. That's blue plus cryogenic. Now these two, which are on this belt. Light blue cryogenic we just did. Nice, that's going there. There we go. This gets introduced there. Purple is introduced there. Then it's space science. And military science. And then space science. That's the problem. No, it has to be there. Okay, there's space as well as military. We're good there. Space is coming in there. Military there. Cryogenic gets its own belt? What? That doesn't seem right. It shouldn't. What did I mess up? What am I missing? Check, check, check. Right now I'm just seeing if I have them all laid out. Yep, yep, yep. I skipped that one, it seems. Yeah, I did. Dang. So it should be purple plus that. Well, no, wait. Purple is for this belt, so this plus space science, which actually works a lot better. Kind of, not really. Changes how I can do this. Okay, space science is introduced there. And we can do that. For that. And then space is done. Military. Goes on that as well. Wait, I don't even have a space for this yet. Can't believe that. I didn't even make space for Promethea. That makes sense though, I didn't even have it yet. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I was losing track. Okay, there's that. Which, that's military. And that's that. Now, I said I wanted to leave a berth of 4. Which is interesting because I don't think I can do that anymore. Because I have this. Which would break that. So what I need to do is take this. Move it out by 1. Do that. And then do that. And that leaves us that gap of 4 that we were talking about. And then theoretically that's it. We're done. That's just how we have to organize our sciences now. Can I upgrade tunnels? That's the real question. I can, but it doesn't increase their max length, so not useful. Because I think my problem right now is I can't go across. I can do that. So that's actually doable, yeah. Okay. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Because I kind of do want science production down here. But I feel like the lab should be here as well. So I think we are going to do that. It's just a matter of how many lanes of labs am I going to want, because if I pace this down and I can't do any more labs beyond that, oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna just do one really... I don't know what I want. That's a problem. It is a major, major problem. It's always nighttime when I come here. I think I'm gonna want 2 lines at least. Oh, but as we increase productivity, it goes up. So I'd kind of want an expandable area. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I'm making this harder on myself than it has to be. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna figure this out later. In fact, I'm gonna figure everything else out later. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. I hope y'all enjoyed. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know with what yet. But we shall figure that out at some point. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope to see y'all back in the next one, whatever that ends up being. It might be Minecraft. I don't know. But either way, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.